On tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that's going to make you sick.
My beautiful aliens, my loves, my lovely human beings. It's been a minute. It's been a very hot minute since I've done, a birthday edition episode. Obviously, I can only do this once a year, but hey, welcome back to the Authentically Blue podcast. I am your host, Kalson. It's currently the 24th of June, 5:22 p.m. It's a Monday, the sun is shining, and yes, I'm recording in the evening. Who is she? I don't know. She's a new person. Her birthday just passed. I'm kidding. I'm very much the same person. As you can tell by the title, this is a birthday edition episode. Thank you for tuning in. In this episode, I'm going to do an Authentic Rumbles check-in on how my life has been lately. And then I'm going to do 3 lessons I've learned being in my 20s, because your girl is now 24. That's the vibe. That's what we're doing in this episode. So buckle in. Before you buckle in, kindly go to the description box and have a look at what's down below. 3 things should capture your attention. Most importantly, what's happening around the world. I have linked resources down below to help you donate and to advocate and to enlighten you on what's happening and the devastating shit that's happening around the world, in Congo, in Sudan, in Palestine. Please do the best you can, and support and be there for people, for these human beings, our fellow human beings, because life's been heavy and difficult and frustrating, and I feel so blessed and lucky to be here. I was literally telling my mom the other day how grateful I am that, it's not by choice when or how we, basically what I'm trying to say is, we don't get to decide where we end up in life, which family we're born into, what circumstances are around us. And it could easily be me or you in that situation, suffering and being killed and being bombed and, in the situation that's so out of our control. So kindly do the best you can. The next thing you're going to find in the description box down below is my podcast Instagram page. Please, I was going to talk in Kiswahili. I was going to say tafadhali, which means please for my international listeners. Go give it a follow. Go say hello. The third thing I wanted to say is I have a Discord and I have some exciting projects coming up and you do not want to miss out. Literally, I've started a newsletter. So if you want to join the newsletter, join the Discord, it's down below. And I'm doing some other fun projects that I want you guys involved in. Speaking of wanting you guys involved in, there's a bunch of you who listen every single week, and I genuinely fucking love you. Thank you for tuning in and allowing and encouraging me to create content every week. Well, the last few weeks I've been doing repeat episodes because life's been busy, but for coming on here and doing this. One of my goals for the podcast has always been to inspire people or to connect with people and have a community. And I feel like that when I check the analytics or see who's been listening. So thank you. I appreciate you. Go say hello, join the Discord. I will create something for you. All right, my loves. In today's episode, hold on, let me sip some matcha. It's been a minute. In today's episode, we are gonna do an authentic check-in and then we're gonna dive into the 3 topics. Actually, I'll do it vice versa in case I know some people don't like the Authentic Rumbles segment. Personally, it depends on what I'm feeling for when I'm listening, like what kind of mood I'm in to listen. Sometimes I go for topic-based podcasts, sometimes I go for Authentic Rumbles or like people talking about their lives. So hey, let's begin. Lesson 1, and this is the most important lesson I would say that I've learned recently. or like relearned is believe in yourself. I had a moment recently where I was so nervous to open my results because I genuinely thought I failed. And when I opened it, I was so ecstatic with joy. I genuinely felt all the anxiety leave my body. I'm not even kidding you guys. So believe in yourself. I know there's moments in life where it's absolutely normal to have imposter syndrome or to have moments where you're in doubt or you're questioning your capabilities. But I think I personally grew up being encouraged that I can do anything I say my mind to. And my dad genuinely says to today, he tells my younger brothers, do they have two heads? These people who you think can do better than you or are doing better than you? No. Everybody has one head, and what you put your mind to, you can achieve. Shout out to you, Dad. And then also my granddad growing up, he always used to say you're gonna pass with flying colors. Whatever you set your mind to, you're gonna achieve. My mom says the same thing. My aunt's like, you guys, believe in yourself. I right now tell my younger brothers when they have exams in school, I'm like, listen, as much as you want to perform well and do well, if you doubt yourself for even a second, you're not gonna perform well because you're sabotaging you. So believe in yourself. I'll give you guys another example. When I go-kart, which is something I'm so passionate about and I am incredible at, by the way, affirming. I'm not even kidding, I'm really good at it. I'm not bragging either, but hey. So what happens is some of the things I've been taught in life or come across or acquire knowledge-wise apply. One thing specifically to do with mindsets. When you're competing with people, you can't focus on other people. Like when I'm going down the race, like the bunch of times I've done it with my brother and my dad, I'm like, I can't focus on my brother because the second I check like, oh, how far is he, or tilt my head, I'm like losing control. I'm not focusing on my speed, the location, and the way the cart is the cart is moving doesn't I basically lose my technique, and that helps him win, which applies to you. Obviously, living our life isn't a competitive thing, and we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to other people, even though we tend to, or we can from times. So that's trigger warning our bodies or life and where we're at. Like, these things happen. It's okay. We've all been there. We've all done that. But my point being, believe in yourself. Don't question your capabilities. You were put there for a reason. If you are religious, they say God doesn't test you with what you're not capable of. So picture yourself in those situations and think, hey, I can handle this. And if I can't handle this, think of what can I do to handle this. But yes, that is my first advice. Believe in yourself. Advice number 2 I have for you is focus on what brings you peace and joy. This one, I was thinking about this episode and what I want to talk about, and this kept popping up again and again. I think I've gone through moments where I won't lie. If you guys listen to the last 2 birthday edition episodes, you can tell I wasn't in the best headspace. I think a huge thing for me was feeling very anxious, and I won't lie, I do still feel like I have some anxiety in me. And just feeling really low and mentally not being at the best state. And I think doing things that bring me, I know for a fact, doing things that bring me joy or give me peace have helped me enjoy life more. Something as mundane as going for walks. I personally love moving my body, but there's certain things like I don't really like dancing in, like aerobics or different type of sports for moving your body. I think that's the beauty of sports, and I've talked about fitness a lot on this podcast. But my point is, there's certain sporty activities I don't like doing. Don't get me wrong, I love dancing. I don't like dancing publicly. I like dancing privately with the comfort of my choice of songs and what I'm feeling for in that moment. But when I go for walks, I like the idea that I am in fresh air. I like the idea that it's nature. These are things that bring me so much calm and peace within myself. I really like the idea that when I was younger, I used to do this a lot, and it connects me to my inner child. Want to do a whole podcast on inner child, but I think nurturing and comforting and being there for your inner child is really important. If you don't believe in this, you're probably like, this girl is talking woo woo and I don't want to hear it. But hey, I will do a whole episode talking about this. But for now, do things that bring you joy, that bring you peace, that make you comfortable. And ask yourself this question regularly. Don't wait for your birthday. Do not wait for your birthday. Just do it when you can, whether it's a weekly reflection. Do it at any point in any time, which links me to the next point. Only you know you. I won't lie, I've gone through stages and moments in the past few years, not even the last 3 years, like since I was a teenager, when I would have conversations with people and question myself based on them knowing me. And I think, how do I summarize this? There's a TikTok that describes this perfectly, where your loved ones or your friends or certain people see you at the age there's the age they see you at, and you don't go beyond that age. And I think it's very true, because an example I have is who can I give as an example? I have a friend, okay, I'll use this friend as an example, who, I am somebody who doesn't like to vent to people, I won't lie, and I'm working on that. Like, I like dealing with issues by myself. Something I'm working on in therapy and with my close ones at the moment. But part of the reason is a bunch of reasons. I don't like being a burden. I don't like offloading on people. I don't like stressing people out. I don't like giving people issues when I know that they can't help me. I'm like, why the fuck am I telling you this? It's just firstborn energy, okay? What can I say? I'm a firstborn. But and how I grew up and how I was raised. But another huge part of it that I was like avoiding or didn't want to vocalize was judgment and perception. And I think when you share things with people, if someone's not in the right headspace or is capable of seeing like, hey, okay, Kalson is struggling with this right now, but that doesn't mean she's weak, or that doesn't mean she's unable. We all go through so many different life experiences and so many things that trigger different things within us. And I think, I don't know, I personally, this again is not me bragging, but I feel when I have conversations with people in my life, whether that's my family members or my close friends or acquaintances or strangers even, when they offload and tell me stuff, I do not label them as, okay, person X can't handle criticism, person X can't handle confrontation. I just think, okay, this person makes you uncomfortable in this way and you should deal with it this way, or this person does this, and I try and help them come up with solutions. Whereas I feel like some of the people in my life would view it as a weakness, or categorize me and label me as that forever. Like, this one friend of mine would be like, when you have an issue, you only focus on why they did things. And I think when I was in my existential crisis era, okay, we moved on from that. There was a point where I was like, okay, I didn't understand, because I was riddled with heartbreak and riddled with grief and riddled with friendship breakups. And I was just like, why do people keep leaving, and questioning all of this shit that I was dealing with at the time. And I was questioning why. And my lovely aunt and cousin, and I also saw a TikTok on this, and my brother also said the same thing. They were all like, if a snake bites you, you don't question why the snake bit you. You heal yourself and you move away, because the snake's going to do what it's going to do. There's nothing you can do about that. But what you can do is you can focus on the healing. And it's funny, because yesterday on Instagram, I came across, I don't know if you guys know this guy called Tom Bai Liu. I'm forgetting his wife's name. Do not kill me, or, feel away. But she also has a podcast, and I see clips of it. She usually interviews women. And this time, I don't know whether she was interviewing a psychologist or something. But this person, sorry, I'm playing around with this pen. Let me put it down. This person was talking about how, why do you need permission from people to heal or to feel a certain way when they have hurt you? You don't need them to acknowledge, I hurt you, I'm sorry. You can feel the pain. Feel what you want to fucking feel and keep it moving. Sorry guys, that was very aggressive. I apologize. Did not mean to put that out there, but I was just reflecting on moments where I felt that way. And I think, to summarize this very long point, one section of what I'm saying is feel what you need to feel and don't let people make you feel a certain way. Another important thing that I mentioned here was, sorry, I'm playing with the pen again. Another thing I mentioned was that with the other TikTok of people seeing you the age that they left you, or people viewing you a certain way. So with that friend, I'm like, okay, you can't, I don't feel comfortable. I don't trust you to help me with a solution because you judged me or you've put me in this box. You labeled me as so and so. And I think there's so many different people in our lives who have different situations. There's people who are projecting, these people who are jealous. Jealous is a funny one because we grow up, like, especially as women, sometimes we grow up and people tell us, oh, this person's jealous of you or whatever. And you're like, maybe it's the case in some situation, but sometimes it's like, maybe it's something you did that triggered them. Maybe there's so many different situations. Okay, I don't want to go down that path at the moment. But my point is, nobody really knows you because you're always ever evolving and changing and growing. So do not focus on other people to give you the satisfaction or like to calm you and like reassure you. One thing, I'll give you guys another example. One thing that I experienced recently was somebody told me that they feel like I'm very possessive in a relationship. And I wasn't in a relationship with this person. I almost was in one, but it didn't work out. When this person told me this, I was like, why would you say that? I don't know how I felt about it. I was like, clearly not positively. And then they were like, okay, I'll give you an example. TMI, just telling you right now. This person said, if you were to have a threesome, you wouldn't feel bad because this person wants to be with someone else. You'd be bad if the person wasn't focusing on you as much as the other person. And I was like, interesting. That is your perception of me. And that's something we have never talked about. And that's like completely out of the blue. So then I thought, okay, this is interesting, because I was like, whoa. In that moment, I was like, let me ask someone else. I asked someone else who I was talking to recently. Well, not that recently, but November last year. October-November last year. And I was like, September-October last year. Sorry. I'm like, let me get the timelines right. September-October last year, someone was talking to that it didn't work out because I don't do long distance. And this person's personality. Point being, I'm sharing too much. Point being, I asked this person like, hey, would you say I'm possessive? And they said, yeah. And then they gave the same example. And I was like, what is it with you guys and threesomes? Because we've never talked about this. But also, I told him, would you want to share your partner? I asked the second person, would you ever want to share your partner with somebody? And they're like, no. And I was like, then why are you making me feel bad that I wouldn't want to share? But bear in mind, I haven't said I don't mind, or didn't answer anything to do with wanting or not wanting to share. They just said you don't come across as someone who'd want to share. And I was like, what would you want to share? Like, genuinely, if you were in love with somebody, would you want to share your partner with someone else? I don't think so. Because if you think of it, really, if you think of it, I was telling another friend of mine, this is a close friend. I was like, girlie, if you just deep it and think about it, when a guy is in love with somebody, or when a girl is in love, whoever you are, if you are in love with somebody, you wouldn't want your partner to be with someone else, intimately or emotionally. Like, you literally would want them to be with you. You're in love with this person. You care for them. You're kind of obsessed with them. You know, like how Olivia Rodrigo says it. Not to be that person, but there's a lot of drama happening around Monet and Jalen. They're TikTokers. But I think when you think of it that way, like people who are obsessed with each other, or if you think of it like I was gonna say my Jama and Stormzy, but they're not as public. Yes, if you think of Olivia Rodrigo and Louis Partridge, I think that's how you say his second name. Or if you think of Sabrina Carpenter and Barry, these are just people who, care for each other, kind of obsessed with each other, but it's not in an unhealthy way. And I think that's healthy about relationships. I have really gone off track, so I'm gonna get back to the point. I shouldn't have let myself in that moment let these, believe in what these people thought of me and gone to someone else for an opinion, because they both had the same thing to say, and these two people do not know each other, and they both linked it to that. And I was like, okay, first of all, this is a fantasy you guys have, and secondly, we are never gonna be, as Taylor Swift say, we never ever ever getting back together. Not that we were ever together, but you know the vibes. So I was like, girlie, why are you questioning? Why are you allowing other people to define you? Which made me, let me get my notepad and read what I wrote for you guys. I was just gonna say, linking back to the point of only you know you, people always change. People are always changing and evolving, and people project what they're going through or from their experiences and what they know to be true, which is 100% different from what you think and what you experience, from the different households you've grown up. I mean, even siblings don't believe in the same things. Me and my brother have different views on a million and trillion different things when we grew up in the same household. The other thing I was going to say is every day is a new day to be you and who you want to be. Every day you wake up, thankfully, you have the opportunity to show up as the person you want to be. It's not hypocritical or it's deciding to change and be a different person. I know some people may feel that way, but this is you showing up today with how you're feeling and how you want to be. You are being authentic to you, which is the point of this podcast. I always say, authentically blue, authentically you, authentically blue, authentically you. Just be you. I was trying to find a way to make that rhyme, but you know the vibes. And hey, that is a wrap on the 3 lessons I have. I'm gonna link it down below in case you guys wanna see it. But believe in yourself. Only you know you. And the third one is focus on what brings you peace and joy. Swiftly moving on to how life has been lately. I was actually reflecting on the last 2 birthday edition episode I did. One was in 2022, one is in 2023, and now this one, I can't believe we're 2, and technically how many years is that? 2 years. Yeah, 2 years and a few months of doing this podcast. It's kind of crazy. Thank you guys for the love and the support. I really appreciate it. And I was just deeping it, like, the mindset I've been in lately is very different from how I feel. Usually birthday editions, I feel very blue. So in the first birthday Rumbles episode, I was like talking about things happening for reasoning and questioning that. I was clearly going through heartbreak. If you want to go back and listen. And then I did a whole thing about questioning life because I was genuinely going through an existential crisis. And I just talked about how my life was lately. I was moving houses. It was a very negative headspace and time in my life. I just hated everything. I talked about movies I watched. Clearly, I am still obsessed with Dakota Johnson today, but I talked about 2 movies on there. The High Note, love that movie. And the other one was Hometown Cha-Cha, which is recommended by someone. And I don't know, it's an interesting film. I also watched The Morning Glory, which I really like, and it's my go-to rewatch movie. I never was someone who rewatches things, but I have become that person. It's my comfort show. And then, so in 2022, I was in a very negative, dark headspace. I was like, get me out of here. And I did leave. I genuinely got out of there. I went to Kenya for a year, took a gap year. And then, hold on, I need to sort out my headphones. You guys, I actually bought, wait. Okay, I think that's it now. I actually bought something from TikTok shop for the first time. I bought headphones and they're coming in 2 days. A cousin of mine got them and I was like, oh my god, these headphones are amazing. I am somebody who listens to music on loud. It's insane. So that was kind of cool that those headphones matched my requirements. So I got them and they're going to be my podcast headphones. The ones I have, I've had them since 2019 and they're literally falling off. It's a joke. So yes, I went to Kenya for the gap year, and then the second birthday nonsense edition I was in Kenya, and it was more rambly, chatty, kind of vibey episode, a bit of birthday blues. I was sick that week, but I was with family. I felt loved, I felt appreciated. I was happy to be alive, ? I'm kidding. I was in a different headspace and I liked it. This year, how has life been this year? I'm not going to go into every single specific thing because I need to go in like 7 minutes. I have another meeting, but I'll just say, first of all, I did a whole authentic Rumbles episode that I went to town in that episode. I went into depth on how life has been lately, and it's going to go on the exclusive content episode page. I'm going to link it down below. You have to be on Spotify. Some places around the world cannot get it. It's so fucked up and annoying. But email me. I will send you the link and we can sort all of that out if you're interested to know and hear the episode. But to give you guys a brief overview, I'm going to talk about this week specifically because... Should I talk about the last few weeks? Okay, so I moved houses, which is kind of sad. I didn't want to leave. I really loved the people I was staying with, but they're moving to Morocco. I'm gonna go there soon, like in the next year, it's okay. It's just sad that that's happened, but I'm happy for them. And then another thing that's happened was in the authentic rumbles that I did that's coming out in a few days, I kind of touched on how excited I was to meet somebody, a friend in Kenya. You guys, I'm going to surprise my family and go to Kenya. I don't even know if I should be saying this on here. If you are my family and you listen to this episode, okay, first of all, I apologize. I've talked about a bunch of things that you're not meant to hear. But, these are for my beautiful aliens. So, yeah, I was going to surprise my family and go visit them in Kenya this year. I'm going to see how that goes. None of them listen to this podcast anyway. I know they can love and support me. But it kind of works out because I'm like, why the fuck are you listening to what I'm saying? Okay, you just talk to me. I was going to surprise them and go visit. And I think I told my dad because I know how much there's a bunch of things he needed from here. And I have a very strong feeling he told my mom. That kind of pissed me off. I was like, seriously. But yeah, I need to sort out a few flight details because Qatar Airways fucking owe me a flight. I've been dreading talking to them. I have a few phone calls I need to make tomorrow that are just like doing my bloody head in. But I can do it. I'm a big girl and I'm capable of doing it. Other than that, I think with the relief of me passing my results, I was like over the moon. I was like, why the fuck did I question myself? I think I was in a very like anxiety filled place, and I will not lie, I need to work on that. I think the last few years especially I have had anxiety, and it doesn't help, especially when you're mentally feeling low. It comes in waves. I'm going to do a whole episode on anxiety because that's what I'm working on. Also, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys have probably seen that I wanted to do a 6-episode marathon the first 2 weeks of June. That didn't end up happening because I was moving. Okay, I apologize. Plus, anyways, you guys really like it when I do weekly episodes. Y'all do not like bonus episodes and multiple episodes a week. So, hey, a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. And what else has been happening? To be honest, I think this week especially, I've just been feeling I've been alone most of the time, which I'm super grateful for. I think I needed this. And what can I say? Or what do I want to say is what I'm saying. I've been having time to collect my thoughts. I'm laughing because my brother always says in the morning, whenever I'm so excited to see him, he's like, Kalson, I'm collecting my thoughts. I'm like, okay, chill. But I've had time to really just be by myself and not be with people or many people, which has been nice to just debrief and be and focus on myself. And I feel this birthday week, I just feel very like self-assured. I feel more myself. I feel excited about life. I feel enthusiastic. I don't feel heavy and anxiety induced. I feel good, and I hope I continue feeling this way for a very long time. But I know life comes in waves, life comes in phases. But I think that's going to be a wrap on this episode. I don't have much more to talk about. I hope you enjoyed. Very different, very joyous episode. Sorry, I had to yawn. I am going to finish my matcha during this next meeting, and I'll see you guys. I don't know if I'm going to see you guys soon, you know. I'm going to be doing... What will I be doing? I'm going to be doing repeat episodes, and then very soon I'm going to be starting season 3, so I'll see you for season 3. If you want more of me, there'll be an exclusive content episode live, but that is a wrap for now. Alright, my loves, thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, and